Okay, so sometimes finance charges have something called variable rates. Anybody want to guess what variable rates are? Not variable as in like a letter that you're solving for in an equation. What does variable mean? Yeah?
Like it can change over.
Right. And it depends on how much money you owe. So let's call this finance charges in your notebook. Finance charges variable rates. And today is 4/12. So like you said, sometimes credit cards can charge you interest based on different amounts that you have that you owe. Usually the lowest amounts cost the most, so here's an example. They might say that you get charged 1.5% on the first $500. That you owe, and then 1% on anything over $500. Why do you think they would choose to have the percentage go down the more you owe? Sam?
The more you spend on your card. Yeah, the more you spend on your card.
Yes, they do. They definitely want you to spend more money, right? So maybe they make it a little bit more attractive that on that first 500, it's 1.5%, and after that, it's less. But also the fact is that, I mean, here's the thing. If you owe $8,000 on your credit card, do you also owe that first $500? Yes. So anybody who owes a lot of money on their credit card is falling into this first category for sure. And then also this extra category, you see what I'm saying? But people who don't owe a lot of money on their credit card are also falling into that category. So the guaranteed category that pretty much everybody is in the lower category, which is why that's a higher percent. And then the lesser percent is on top, which also encourages people that, you know, go ahead, spend some more money, it'll be fine. So let's say that you have your unpaid balance for this month that you can't pay off is $1,250. Then how much would you have to pay in for your finance charge? Anybody have an idea of how we can figure this out? You're gonna need a calculator if you don't have one. Who wants to lead me through this for a prize? Triton.
I think I know how to do it.
Okay.
So it's 1.5% on the first 500.
Mm-hmm.
So would you just do 500 times our?
Yep. 500 times 1.5%, which is, would you say 0.015? Okay.
So then the remainder 750. You would times that by 0.01, and whatever that is, you add that together to get your total payment.
Okay. So you're saying, how did you get your 750?
You subtract 1,250 by 500.
Right. So you subtract this, or you subtract 500 from that, which on this one, the first set you owe $7.50. And on the second set, what do you owe?
Would owe, 7.5.
7.5. Here's a question. Why are they both the same amount? If they're different rates, yeah?
Because the percentages, when it's reduced, or when money gets higher but the percentage is reduced, it's the same.
Right. First of all, it's a coincidence that it happens to be exactly this. But like Michaela's saying, as this one goes up, this one goes down. So they end up kind of balancing each other out a bit. All right. So together it would be $15. Okay. Everybody okay with this? Now, if you look at that worksheet that I gave you yesterday, everybody look at it. And you look at that bottom question.
7 through 11.
Yep, 7 through 11. It says that it's 1.25%. on the first 500 and 0.05% on anything above 500. So you're going to have to add two things together, multiply and then add. Let's write out a decimal next to this one. What's a decimal for 1.25%?
0.0125.
0.0125, right, 0.0125 next to the top one. And then how about 0.75%?
That'd be 0.0075.
Yes, 0.0075. And then the last question I have, so it should be the 8, 9, 10, and 11 should make sense to you now. What about number 7? What do you do if it's less than $500?
You just roll.
You just multiply by what? The top one, just the top one. So the bottom one basically won't even be affecting the problem number 7. Everybody understand? Okay, any questions for me? Beautiful. This whole